once it's good, let me know and then tell me when you have people on. So hello everyone. I think she said it's live now. And we're just waiting for one or two people to join, and I'll explain the title of the thing.
Jen asked what's tomorrow, and then what's with all the static?
I'm not sure on the static. Are you accidentally rubbing the microphone again?
No.
So I'm not sure on the static, Jen. Tomorrow is the first day of EDS Awareness Month. And so I'm gonna be having videos going live on my... I've been changing the pages, the channel arts and whatever. If you look, there currently is a different channel art on this page, or on the YouTube page, and a few things like that. So basically trying to get it on all social media platforms, whatever, which when you have some of them, you have two different channels or two different pages, it adds to it. So like I have two different Twitter feeds, things like that, so having to go through and change everything. I've been busy today. Changing my Facebook page, plus the page for the business, both YouTube channels, cover art, a few things like that. Trying to get the cover art to look better, copying and pasting and whatever to make it look good, and or somehow adjust so that it shrunk so that it takes more of the page, but shrink, the way YouTube selects weird. So the only way it really looks perfect is on a TV screen, the channel art. So So first place I think we're headed is Sally's.
Yep.
Mindy needs to pick something up.
My hair dye got it.
And didn't you order it almost a month ago?
Yeah, but they've been closed.
Yeah, but even then they've had pickup. It's just
Yeah, they've had pickup.
No, they have not.
they canceled it.
Yeah. They were temporarily closed for everything.
Ah.
Okay, I did not know that. This last time we
Yeah.
went past there, they had delivery only. Pickup only, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought they were open.
Nope.
Just you couldn't go in.
Especially since they said call for
Pickup.
orders. Call to place your order, but
Take
Yeah.
that a big on.
maybe they forgot to change their sign after they decided they couldn't afford to stay open. But while the sign was still there, you called soon after.
Yeah. And everything was closed.
Well, but we saw someone picking stuff up.
No, I don't know how after I called them because, yeah, everything was closed. I couldn't even leave in a voice message because their voice box was
No, I
full.
get that. I just, because when we drove up, they
Yeah, that
ran
was
out.
way before I
Well,
called.
that was way before.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I'm just saying, one time you were going to go in, we drove up. I thought it was close to when you ordered. We drove up and they had someone else there and they ran a package out to them. But maybe it was one of the last ones they did. Did you ever message Karen and ask how we could get the picture since it didn't want to go through your email?
No?
Because if you don't, they're going to use the one you don't like.
Can you friggin' stop, you stupid thing?
Huh?
Talking to your phone.
So they temporarily open, or they reopen today rather than for carry out or something?
I said you can walk in. I'm not sure about that, but yeah. It didn't say I have to call in or do...
Okay, do you have your mask?
No.
Because I think mine is in Brett's vehicle. And I can see they are opening up today because tomorrow lots of places are going to need to have them open or to have all their stuff because of being able to open high stuff. So I'm actually not prepping for Community Day. I'm prepping for Ehlers-Danlos Awareness Month starts tomorrow. And so I'll be doing a lot of stuff on my other channel in conjunction with that. So on top of, prepping for Community Day, that Saturday, did you manage to ride the night bus ever? I know last time I looked you hadn't collected my gift. Ah. You still haven't collected my gift, though. From the sounds of it, Jen, she's really good at at finding beacons or being a beacon to others.
Who's that?
Steph. And Jen knows what I mean by that. It's riding the night bus. She managed to get in with a bunch of YouTubers. One thing I'm wondering is if some of us are just ones that are doomed to only be able to be beacons and not find other people very often. Because if I go in, when I try and ride the night bus, there's no one in that group. I'm always end up being the only, or the first, or almost always the first one in the chamber. Okay, I would right now, but I think Mindy's about ready to come out, I hope. Yeah, that's where I always go is the ruins. I'll let you know next time I jump in. Oh, there's been times I'm trying for over 5 minutes. Will do, Steph. Next time I jump in, I'll let you know that I'm jumping in and go from there. I totally get the text, not talk, if it's too late. I don't remember what time I went in yesterday, but I would bet the reason she can't talk is so she doesn't wake people up in the same room as her. There's Mindy.
I realized I forgot to get some. Sorting on mine.
What?
Color sealers. It just makes this one color goes in this space better.
So I don't know if you guys saw, but last night I managed to level up again.
What?
Person was backing up.
Mm-hmm. And I did look behind me before I started, and as I was doing it, that's how I noticed they were backing up. And I think I was farther out than they were, so I think they started after I did.
Steph sent a bunch of emojis.
Laughing or?
No, and like clappy hands, other stuff.
What?
That's one way to tell people to avoid the pothole. No.
I jokingly said, Mindy, watch, I'll fall into it even with the cone. And Mindy said, don't you dare, because you'll be stuck.
Yep.
Now the static right now that you hear is in the car. I'm gonna have to get somewhere I can stop and turn off the car for a minute to see if we can get rid of it. Maybe we'll head up towards USU and then,
And not get stopped this time.
yeah. So last time we were on Saturday when we were out for Pokemon Go, the car overheated again. Don't know why. It showed no signs of it since. Our only suspicion is somehow we got an air bubble in the system that heated up and hit just right, that it set off the sensor until the car cooled down.
Yeah. In case you couldn't hear that, the car overheated the last time they were out. I wasn't with them, luckily, but...
Could have been
Not
going
last
crazy.
time we were out, but
okay,
Mindy
whatever.
could have been
On Saturday.
crazy.
that's ignored.
Yep.
That's it.
Congrats on the level up.
Look how it's in the coat. Come on, catch the abra. Catch a shiny abra again. Be nice. Even though I got enough shiny abras as is.
So I could use spins for gifts, even if not for anything.
Okay.
You got about 10 minutes before Danny.
Yeah, I figure that. So why head and sit there for 10 minutes?
Wrong button.
Makes you wonder all these housing places where the students were required to go home. How many of them returned the money for the months that
Yep. That they wouldn't be there.
that the students weren't allowed to be there and were sent home, and how many chose to keep the money and sorry.
It's out of our control. We have it. We couldn't do anything about it.
What the heck? They are still keeping the USU buses going? this is the place that, yeah, this is more what I thought I'd see up here. In this apartment area. That you would see that it's still got a bunch of people around and whatever else, because it's married students, so they don't exactly have another place to go. So I was talking to my mom today, and it sounds like
definitely take this guy.
I need to get on and contact family. One family I suspect I know who they are, but my mom was saying that she's pretty sure it's not just grandma, not just her mother that had it, but her father also probably had Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Which I had in some ways been wondering, but hadn't been willing to say, okay, yes, this is the way it is. But Mom basically said, I suspect, and I went, okay, well, I didn't know Grandpa enough, you knew Grandpa. So, and she was, she basically, she feels the symptoms, the signs were there with my grandpa too. So, that means that some of my aunts or uncles, all of their kids may have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Not just having each child having a 50% chance of having it. Because they would have been like me and got it from both their mother and their father. And I suspect at least one family, because I was going, the odds are seem to be a little bit high in this family from what I can put together. And now okay, that's why they're a little bit high.
And I was saying luckily because I wasn't with them, not because I was. So, yeah. That's why I said luckily. And
Yeah,
then,
Mindy's not.
I'm an impatient person, and so I would have died. I honestly probably would have just called one of my brothers and been like, hey, come get me, I'm dying. I will not sit here waiting for 5 years.
Or walking, she would have gotten out and walked around with her brother.
Caden did. He got up and walked around.
And then, I got a whole 4, Brett. Bilbo got 7.
What?
I'm not sure.
Goddess got 4, Bilbo got 7.
For what?
Shiny.
Last night?
No, the Abra.
Abra? Haha. Caden got 24, Jen. I got 22.
I'm assuming maybe it was last night, but
Shiny Abra Community Day. Caden got 24, I got 22.
I did not get that many, but most of the time I played Wizards Unite.
That one's a good one, Mindy.
What he's laughing at is a thing that I showed him when it says, roses are red, I sing with good vocals. Police hunt man dressed as 17th century plague doctor who's been terrifying locals. And then it shows a picture of just like a plague doctor, and it's hilarious.
So, I think Steph may have seen this, but I actually, on one of my Twitter feeds, someone had posted that their neighborhood was co-op schooling, and the PE instructor was an ex-Marine, and he had them out there doing burpees and air and something else I can't remember, and chanting, "I don't know, but I've been told I believe that Santa Claus is real," or something like that. And so that was kind of, I thought it was funny.
We didn't give Spotlight shelter. They
two graves next to each other, freshly dug.
Well, there has been no deaths in the valley, so
Yeah, from this, but still, it doesn't mean from other stuff. But it was a freshly dug grave over there. There's one. Yeah, but that's a single. This was literally two right by each other. Like, you could, you know, literally lined up. To me, it is interesting. We bought those plots over there when we did, and then a little while later, they created the children's area in the very, just close to where Tyson and Rachel's are buried. Okay, now we can head down to Danny. We'll go this way, but because usually he takes a little while to clean up. And as I'm thinking about it, that same feed, someone responded that his brother was a Marine, and his physical therapist. And
this would be fun to ride a bike down.
Huh?
This would be fun to ride a bike down. I used to be terrified of this hill. Now I find out it would be quite fun to ride a bike down. I would definitely biff it, but it'd totally be worth it.
So, Steph, the reason she's saying that is it's a really steep hill. So, it's a really steep hill. And so that's why she's saying she used to be terrified of it. And now she just thinks it would be fun.
Oh, it'd be super fun to go sledding on, just like block off the streets.
Yeah, if you blocked off the streets, that would be fun. And then didn't plow it.
Plow it, let the snow accumulate on the road.
But knowing the way things are nowadays, how Sioux happy people are, no one's going to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You said it.
Yes, Abra, I was watching you, so I couldn't try to get Pidgey. I heard about the plague doctor. I think they have the police watching out for him. I'll have to check it out. You gonna ride later, Jen? And then, is it the 700 North Hill?
It's the, I think it's 600 that comes, not so big. Yeah, after you take the turn on 7th, that first road that you can go west on is the hill we're talking about, Jen.
Yeah.
And what else? So Abra, she only played part of it?
No, she did the Abra. She couldn't do the Pidgey because she was watching.
Oh, okay. So it was Abra Day she got that few out of.
Yeah.
And then what else did you say? Because you were kind of mumbling.
She heard about the plague doctor, and then all the rest is just between her and Steph.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, anyway, this guy, his brother was a Marine, and his physical therapist had actually been under his brother, or known his brother somehow, and was also a Marine. And as he was doing PT, if the physical therapist felt he wasn't working hard enough, he'd say, "Should I tell the sergeant his brother's a wussy?" So that it'd work harder again.
My brother did biff it on his bike. He had coffee in one hand, cut open his chin, and had to get stitches.
I could, if you're meaning that same road, I can totally see that happening. Mom the other day had someone message the Horlockers page on Facebook. I was down there from I live in California, and I was down there a week or two or a month or something like that ago, and I got some of your jerky. Is there any way you can send us some more? I had to laugh because this is the same place that we still, even though we submitted with Brett's account, we've heard nothing about having a stop here. And it's like, this has been a well-visited place for generations.
Okay, Mindy, go after banana.
The road across from the big blue Aggie Terrace. Can't remember if he was riding no-handed or with one hand.
I really got to thin out my eyebrows.
I think he's been watching, and it hasn't been denied. It just hasn't been approved either.
I've had no emails from him.
Yeah, he says he's had no emails. I'm gonna, while we're waiting, look quickly. The Rose Hill subdivision sign is a generic store or restaurant, so that one will need to be resubmitted.
How's a generic store or restaurant? That's a subdivision.
Huh. Oh yeah, Horlockers was rejected because it's a generic store or restaurant, even though I submitted that it's, yeah. So it has been refused. So maybe if you try, or someone else. I know, yeah. But it was, Horlockers was refused, was denied. Brett said it wasn't, but yes, it's been denied for, it's a generic store. I believe that. Yeah, he actually, it was a while ago we got the message. He just wasn't watching and didn't realize it.
How often do I look at my emails? Most of the time I get emails crap I don't want to even look at. I get emails from Sportsman's Warehouse and other places like that, but I don't even open them. But I don't have money to buy. There's special promos.
That's part of the reason I'm iffy on submitting with Brett's account, is he doesn't want, he's like, no, I haven't heard anything, and then I go look and he's hurt.
Well, I'm sorry.
And I'm not necessarily blaming him, but by the time I can get his phone from him and the time to submit it and whatever else, and the original idea of using his old phone didn't work because we got paid for it. If they'd reduced to 35, the level you have to be in Pokemon Go to submit, I'd be good to go and I'd do that, but...
You're level 38.
Precisely. But they're probably not going to only go down by 2 levels.
Why did you turn on the car?
Because it was starting the radio when she got out and back in. How long did he say, Mindy? Or okay.
He just said okay.
Was he close to ready? Okay.
We do need to go to Jade's.
Okay. Do you want to check with him? Did you want to check with him? Danny, maybe we could run to Jade's first. Okay, so Mask Initiative is for all Utahns, particularly those who haven't. So, oh, he's right there. Okay, passing the phone back to Mindy. What?
I don't have a key for this door, I don't think.
And Grandma's not here?
She is. She's just upstairs.
Well, you could just tell her you're leaving. That's what Mindy would always do.
If I didn't have my key. And I don't
Jen.
What? What? Well, dum-dum.
Well, he is dum-dum.
Thanks for the compliment, Jen. As I said, I'm checking my emails or Gmail account. It's like Mindy checking social media once in a blue moon. And if you look at my phone, I probably got 200, 300 unread emails. Maybe even more than that.
No, you're not allowed. Phone tried.
house. So that I can work on getting videos done. Maybe you could tell David he's interested. Of course, he told me earlier he's not doing anything else today. I asked him for one thing that was really simple, and he's like, okay, I can do that, but I'm not doing anything else today.
That's nothing. I have over 40,000 for it.
She has over 40,000. Oh, emails, unread emails. I believe it. That's one of my things.
I probably have that many too. I mean, I don't know. I think I got a whole bunch.
I doubt you have over 40,000 unread emails, Brett. You got to remember, she runs a business.
I want to feel the thickness difference
I get that.
between the two lenses. Just feel that one with like how much it goes against the room, okay? And then go and fill the
But
other one.
really, he doesn't do much with email, much. About the only thing he looks
How
at
bad
is
are your
his texts, and that's not even guaranteed.
It's my left eye, really.
Ugh. Yours don't work with glass or headphones. Oh.
Is it strong for you?
Uh-huh.
For the
Is
left.
it the same eye or the other eye?
Oh.
Is it the same eye or
I don't know. I didn't
No matter
read
what,
them enough
mine's
to
stronger
pay
than
attention.
any of the families.
is what he said? Did he tell you that, or I didn't be so sure?
Because of the, or mine's at least thicker than any of the families.
Okay.
That's for sure.
I haven't looked at it, so I'm not sure.
Considering mine just barely fits in the frames.
Yeah, it's
Mine goes
thick.
past the frames.
Mine's skinny. I mean,
Mine's not.
admittedly, my glasses are big. Comparatively.
All of mine go past the frames, like they're wider than the frame.
And that's with the polycarbonate, I think. Specifically them making them thin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
mine
so-
too.
It's, yeah. But it's still, I know
Right.
it's, my left eye's stronger than Steven's and Mindy's and, like, pretty much everyone's I know of for sure. Now, my right eye, it's pretty much fine. It's
See, I can't.
almost just glass.
I can't check with yours because we're opposite eyes. Yours is your left, mine's my right.
You could wear them upside down.
I guess I could.
I've done
try
that before. Trying on glasses. Well, not actually trying them on, but trying to look at someone else's.
I guess I could try that way and see.
Your eye isn't as bad as Alicia's, though. If you ever look through
And then
Alicia's...
there's Coral's.
Ugh.
At one point, Coral was told hers was so bad that she could only get very specific frames. No, I mean frames.
Not as bad as Nick's.
Because she needed the frames to be at a certain point so she, or to be such so she could get the lenses she needed.
Hello, cop.
Hello,
With his
cop.
lights on.
Yeah. For sure, mine are thicker than Steven's. Or my left is thicker than Steven's.
Honestly,
Either of Steven's.
from what I have heard, Stevens is one of the lowest in the family. If that makes sense.
Hey, look, someone got pulled
Considering-
over. They have a little bit of revenue. I remember how she was telling us the other day how the cops have, like, nothing to do. They just pulled someone over.
Yeah. Like for mine, they said, yeah, I wouldn't go with the, like half ones or like that, any
Yeah.
like that, because of how thick it's gonna be.
So while we're here, I can look at it and just
But
see.
Yeah, it's like 3. I think that I saw something like a 3. I don't know for sure.
It wouldn't be 3. It would be like 300 or something like that. Let's see. Got this. Okay, now let's. Okay, yours is the.
It's the left one.
No, yours is weaker than mine.
The left?
Uh-huh. Try this one. No, this one.
It makes it more blurry.
Yeah, yours is blurrier too, but yours is blurry, whereas it clears it up even like out here with
No,
mine.
yours makes it more blurry than no glass.
Yeah, so does yours. But mine is a thicker lens, and it's the polycarbonate.
I don't know.
I mean, if you look, you can see it over the.
Yep. Mine technically, or in one spot it goes right over. I can see it. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
But I know it's for sure worse than Mindy's and
But
Steven's.
no, mine. When I try, I'm not saying it's not. But yeah, when I. That's one way to do it, Jen.
What?
She lets her brother get all the business emails. She has over 2 years of unread emails.
Yeah.
So you're nearsighted, right? Meaning you can see things that are near and not far, right? Or is it the other way?
For my left eye, I can't see either way. And I'm guessing it's because it is, like, bulging cornea is what it is. Yeah, I can't
So
see
if
either
you...
way. No, I can't, no matter what, it's not close or far to the... Makes it any better.
I mean, so is there a point where you can hold it and read?
With my left eye closed, not really.
Okay.
Not with left eye. Right eye closed, no, not really.
Okay.
Pretty much, I
So
almost
that
have to have my right eye in order to read at all.
So that may be part of what's going on, is you have, is some change in, but that's interesting because you'd think they would have given you bifocals. Does that make sense? Because that's what they've done with me. I have for close I have the lower, and for far I have the upper. Does that make sense?
Well, if it's the same either way and they're just trying to help protect it, then yeah. Then, like, to me it makes sense to just have one to help make it focus better than it did.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is,
But
so there's different, they have to move the frame a different way to hit both ways. Yeah, Jen. So mine is actually, and this is what we're talking about, we have one eye that if we close it, we can see perfectly clearly. If we close the other eye, nah, it's gone. Unless we wear glasses.
I also want to go to Walmart so I can get milk oats. Because the milk he brought home is going bad already and I can taste it.
They look, so they know to start drinking it.
And stay away from mine. Just till it's gone.
My sister because both of her eyes are bad. Danny, they're pretty sure his is from the EDS. And it wouldn't surprise me if ours is also, where it's only 1 out of 2 eyes, which is usually pretty rare to have one good and one bad. Mindy's got that, I've got that, Danny's got that, my grandma had it. Danny's is the opposite. I have mine, but...
Gosh darn it, Jen, now you have that song stuck in my head.
What?
Look it in between the music.
I can see clearly now.
Thank you, Jen.
I wasn't actually gonna stab you. I'm not that mean.
Did you think that extra quest they gave you today, Jen, when I woke up and saw it this morning?
Actually, Creepery's already open, so it looks like a lot of them have opened up.
That's because you are like they could bring it to you.
Referee has always been open. It's just been carried out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Steph sent you a essential runestone thingy.
What?
Steph sent you an essential runestone thing.
know who's probably been screaming during this coronavirus lockdown? The more I think about it.
Everyone, pretty much.
Bicycle Brent, or whatever his name is.
He's been out.
Yeah.
He has been out?
He's been out.
I'm surprised they let him out because he's been living at Terrace Grove,
He's
where
been
they
out.
locked everything down. Of course, I noticed they started yesterday, I think it was. I noticed they were out or that they were at least out, but I know there was at least some time he would have been locked in because they weren't even letting him out of their rooms. So stuff, what that is there is a guy, an elderly guy.
He's a celebrity around here.
Is, yeah, basically a celebrity around here that he rode, slightly handicapped. He would ride his bike
Down Main Street
everywhere, honking his horn, waving at everyone, the works.
In 2002, when Utah had the Winter Olympic Games, he got to carry the torch up to USU Spectrum on this route for the torch.
And so not just that, but he also, I accidentally ran from that one, but that's okay. So there was that, there was at one point he started having problems. There it is. And they actually did a fundraiser for him to get an even better housing. A few different things like that. See if I can actually send a gift to and see if she got anything else. Doesn't look like it. I was hopeful when we went up to USU that it would give us the extravagant. Yeah, but I didn't need it, so I was like, why drop something to get it? Let's actually look at where I got. So I finished off this page, gold page, completely. I obviously have a bunch of this one still to work on. And I had moved on to this at this point on this one. And then I did get all my doxies. Now I just need my leprechauns and my eggs to finish that one. Still working on that one, obviously. Which actually reminds me, let's see. I was seeing them everywhere is how I got them placed. Even without the newts, sometimes I'd get a bunch, sometimes I wouldn't. But I only needed a few, I think. I mean, I needed a few, and then I just kept dropping the trace tonic because I was determined to, obviously I got over, I think over 150 of the poachers during the event, so to get that many newts from the poachers, low rate, but once in a while I'd get a few of them at once. Didn't even get everything gone through and they're gone. And they're back.
Mindy knew what she wanted.
I know. I'm just saying.
You had them all, huh? One more, then I'll hand it back to Mindy again.
When do you work tomorrow?
fairly sure in the afternoon. Right.
I have some books I need you to return to the library. Just like put in the drop-off box.
I wonder if the library is going to open up soon,
Mm-mm.
too. No?
Nope. They said, as of right now, we're still staying closed.
Okay. And you just order your books online.
Well, you put them on hold and you call them and be like, hey, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And they bring them out to you.
I wonder if some places are going to find out that it's better to just do that type of thing, period, and stay more like they've been than the way that they used to be. But I kind of hope, I could see how the library, that would be a good idea in some ways. I mean, they could store a lot more books, and I know they've been worried about how they can expand and get more books and everything. But at the same time, I don't think that, or you couldn't just go through and browse and go, oh, hey, this book looks cool.
And they can't really do that anyways because they have studying places.
Mm-hmm. Well, even then, even if they moved it, just had the study places open, you know what I'm saying?
But they're in the aisles in some places and like in
But do you get what I'm saying?
maybe.
That if they had all the books just in a room, kind of more like USU has, where they have them selected by robot and brought to you and whatever, they can fit a lot more in the same space.
Yeah, but then they would have to expand up or down, and they can't really do that either. Because you would need to be able to get the machines in the first place.
I guess what I'm saying, if it's not set up to browse, it's just set up, you know, exactly where you're headed for what book. And only one person, even just a person, would only ever be in the aisles. If that makes sense. One person. It would, yeah. Okay, when we get home, I think I'm going to let you guys go. Just because we're going to get worse signal. I have a couple of things to do at home, and then maybe I'll see if I can ride the night bus for a little while.
Hello, Curtis and Brian.
Going after their drinks.
Yeah, of course.
My cousins, they go to Duke's gas station. They're at the Y like probably 6 or 7 times a day for drinks.
And I don't think they reduced even when everything was supposed to be
Nope.
more shut
They have
down.
not.
See, that's not a small book.
No, they're not small homes. Basically starter homes.
Well, naturally, that's what all of those areas kind of are. about all anything building nowadays. Pizza Hut does sound good. We will talk to you later. Bye.